Good day, everyone. Our lesson for today is all about addition and subtraction of radicals. But before that, don't forget to subscribe and share this video to your classmates and friends, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Also, you can find different subjects in this YouTube channel. Just select the playlist section. And finally, please do not skip the ads in this video. Thanks, and now let's proceed to our main topic for today, which is all about addition and subtraction of radicals. So square root expression with the same radicand are examples of like radicals. So these are examples of like radicals, no? So sa like radicals, meron tayong example. So we have 2 square root of 5 and 4 square root of 5. So pareho yung kanilang mga radicals or pareho yung kanilang mga radicand, yung mga nasa loob ng radical sign. For this one also, these are similar radicals or like radicals. And another is 40. So this is another example of like radicals. For the unlike radicals, example, 2n squared of 15 are unlike radicals. Kasi yung 2 wala naman siyang radicals. For this one, hindi pareho yung kanilang radicals because although pareho sila ng variable x, but yung kanilang numerical coefficient na 6, and then this one is 1, so they are not the same. Or we consider them unlike radicals. For here naman, these are also unlike radicals because although they are both natural numbers, but 3 and 2 are not the same. Okay? So, basta pag sinabing like radicals, madali lang yung kanyang addition and subtraction. Unlike radicals, we need to first maybe factor out or gagamitan pa siya ng ibang mga technique para lang ma-add natin yung or ma-subtract natin yung radical expression. So, para mas maintindihan natin, let's have an examples. Like radicals can be combined by adding or subtracting. You can use the distributive property to show how this is done. So this is an example of a like radicals or addition of like radicals. So lalaman natin na this is an addition because of the plus sign. And then we have 2 and 4 and then square root of 5 for both 4 and 2. So ang gagawin lang natin is we just copy the square root of 5 and then i-add natin si 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, and that is equal to 6. So ito na yung answer natin. So ganun lang kadali mag-add ng like radicals. So we will just copy the radicals and then add the numbers outside the radical symbol, which is 2 and 4. So sa iba naman, sa subtraction, same thing lang ang gagawin natin. So we just combine the numbers outside the radical sign and then just copy the radicals, which is the square root of x. So 6 minus 4, 2 is equal to 4. So we have 4 square root of x. So ganun lang kadali ang pagkuha na or pag-add and subtract ng radical signs for like radical expression. So notice that you can combine like radicals by adding or subtracting the numbers multiplied by the radical and keeping the radical the same. So, helpful hint. Combining the like radicals is similar to combining like terms. Parang ganito siya. Yung 2 square root of 5 plus 4 square root of 5 is equal to 6 square root of 5. Inad natin si 2 at saka si 4 and then we just copy the radical. Katulad din daw siya ng pag-combine ng like terms like this one. 2 plus 4 is equal to 6 and then just copy the variable x. So, ganun lang siya kadali. So, additional examples. So, add or subtract. For this one, we have 9 and negative 4. What is 9 minus 4? Correct. That's equal to 5. And then just copy square root of 3. So, let's see if we are correct. So, the terms are like radicals. Okay. And then, we just subtract the 2 for this portion. No? So, 9 minus 4 is equal to 5 square root of 3. Okay, tama tayo kanina. How about the letter B? 6 square root of x plus 8 square root of y. The terms are unlike radicals. Do not combine. So, pag ganyan, we will just retain. No? We will just copy all the given variable or all the given data kung hindi naman sila pareho kasi we cannot add them. Although, pareho naman silang whole number, pero yung x and y na nasa loob, hindi sila pareho. So, we cannot add the two. So, ang gagawin lang natin is we just copy them. Okay? Now, another example. Square root of m minus 7 square root of m. Do the radicals have the same terms? Pareho ba sila? Correct. So, we can subtract, no? So, square root of m is equal to 1 square root of m. The term are like radicals. Remember, yung square root of m, meron siyang 1. Okay? So, dito nagkakamali ang iba. Akala nilang answer is negative 7, but they forgot na may 1 yan. So, that is 1 minus 7, and that's negative 6. Okay? Because 7 is bigger than 1, and the sign of 7 is negative. That's why our answer is negative 6. And then just copy the radical, which is square root of m. So, we have negative 6 square root of m. For this one, as you can see, the radicals are, or the two radicals are the same. Pero merong isa na hindi pareho, which is y. Yung xy tsaka xy pareho sila. So, meaning to say, etong portion na to at yung portion na to, pwede natin silang ipag-combine. So, identify like radicals, and the like radicals are 2 square root of xy and 9 square root of xy. And we, as you can see, plus yung kanyang symbol. So, ibig sabihin niya, add si 2 and 9. So, that's equal to 11 square root of xy plus 2 square root of y. So, we just copy 2 square root of y kasi wala siyang same radical expression. So, we will just copy it. Okay? Now, sometimes radicals do not appear to be like until they are simplified. Simplify all radicals in an expression before trying to identify like radicals. So, there are sometimes na yung nakabigay is mga unlike radicals. So, kailangan natin silang i-simplify para makuha natin yung like radical expression nila. So, paano yun? Halimbawa, square root of 45 minus square root of 20. So, yung pinaka-technique dito para ma-minus natin itong dalawa kasi hindi sila pwedeng ipag-minus dahil hindi sila pareho ng radical expression like 45 and 20 are not the same. So, mag-iisip tayo ngayon ng number na dito sa 45 or factors ng 45, ng isa ay perfect square root, ang isa hindi perfect square root. So, ano ang number, or one is a rational and one is irrational number. So, ano ang number na pwede kong i-factor for 45? Ano yung factors ng 45? So, una kong maiisip is maybe 9 and 5. Diba? 9 times 5 is 45. Is 9 is a perfect square? Correct. So, this one is a perfect square. Is 5 is a perfect square? No. So, 1, sabi ko kanina, 1 perfect square and 1 not perfect square. Okay? How about this one? For this 20, ang may isip ko is 4 and 5. Okay? So, make sure na yung not perfect square nila is pareho. Like this one, pareho sila. Para mamaya, pwede natin siyang makuhanan ng answer or ng subtraction dahil pwede natin sila i-subtract dahil pareho yung kanilang radical expression. So, factor the radicals using perfect square. So, we have this one. Ito yung nakuha natin. 9 and 5 and 4 and 5 because 9 times 5 is 45 and 4 times 5 is 20. Then, what is the square root of 9? The answer is 3. What is the square root of 4? The answer is 2. So, we have, tawag dito product property of square root. So, we have square root of 9, square root of 4, nilabas lang sila. Pero, pwede naman yung diretso na sinabi ko kasi, pag sinimplify mo yan, ganun din yung makukuha natin. Square root of 9 is 3 square root of 5 minus 2 square root of 5. And then, after that, pwede na natin ipag-minus yung dalawa. And obviously, minus talagang gagamitin because of the symbol minus sign. So, we have 3 minus 1 is 1. Or just simply square root of 5 as our final answer. Clear ba yan? To make it clear more, let's have another example. 75 and 50. What do you think are the factors of 75? Kung mag-iisip ako, that's 25 and 3. 25 times 3 is 75. And Um, Tama ba? Yes, no? 25 times 3 is 75, and 25 is a perfect square, and 3 is not a perfect. How about 50? That's 25 times 2. But unfortunately, hindi sila pareho ng radical kung sakali dahil square root of 2 yung isa at square root of 2 yung isa. So let's see. Factor the radicals using the perfect square. Okay, so ito yung ginamit. 9 square root of 3 times 25 and plus 2 square root of 2 times 25. Using product property of square root, paghiwalayin natin si square root of 3 tsaka square root of 25, square root of 2 tsaka si square root of 25. So ito yon. So what is square root of 25 and square root of 25? So that's 5, di ba? Square root of 25 is 5 and square root of 25 is 5. So 9 times 5 is 45, square root of 3 plus um, 10, square root of 2. So since the terms are unlike radicals, do not combine. So ito na yung final answer natin for this particular example. So parang sinimplify lang natin yung given kanina na 9 square root of 75 plus 2 square root of 50 is also equal to 45 square root of 3 plus 10 square root of 2. Okay? Now, when you write a radicand as a product, make it at least one factor a perfect square. So, lagi mong tatandaan na kapag pina-factor out natin sila, yung isa perfect square, yung isa not perfect square. Now, let's have this one. We have 12y and 27y. So, what do you think now are the factors of 12 and 27 para maging pareho sila? So, sa nakikita ko, sa 12, pwede siyang 4 times 3 because 4 is a perfect square and 3 is not a perfect square. Sa 27 naman, pwede siyang 9 times 3. 9 is a perfect square and 3 is not a perfect square. So, factor the radicals using perfect square. So, we have 3y. So, 4 times 3 is 12 and 9 times 3 is 27. So, pinag-combine na sila ng y. And then, using the product property of square root, ilalabas natin si 4 tsaka si 9. So, we have square root of 4 times square root of 3y plus square root of 9 times square root of 3y. So, what is square root of 4? That's equal to 2. Square root of 9 is equal to 3. So, simplify, we have 2 square root of 3y plus 3 square root of 3y. Since pareho sila ng radical expression, so pwede nating i-add yung dalawa. So, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 square root of 3y. Naintindihan ba? So, now, I prepared what do you call this? A real life example for this particular topic. So, find the perimeter of the triangle. Give the answer as a radical expression in simplest form. So, hanapin daw natin yung perimeter. Pag sabing perimeter, it is the addition of all the sides. So, i-add natin lahat ng sides na yan. Okay? So, ang gagawin lang natin, write an expression of perimeter. So, we have 10 plus 13 square root of 5 plus 3 square root of 20. Hindi natin kailangan ilagay yung millimeter since mag-a-add lang naman tayo. We can write the symbol or the unit of measurement in the end of the solution for the final answer. Next thing to do is factor 20 using a perfect square. So, 20, anong factors ng 20? That's 4 and 5. Hindi pwedeng 10 and 2 kasi pareho silang not perfect. Sabi ko nga kanina, dapat may isang perfect square. That's 4 and 5. So, we have, ayan, 10 plus 13 square root of 5 plus 3 square root of 4 times 5. So, what is square root of 4? Using the product properties of square root, ilalabas natin si square root of 4. And square root of 4 is equal to 2. And 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Tama? So, isi-simplify natin sila, 6, 13, and 10. Pwede na natin combine si 13 tsaka si 6 kasi pareho na sila ng radical expression. So, magiging answer natin is 10 plus 19 square root of 5. So, yun na yung answer natin as the perimeter of the triangle given the oblique triangle. So, meron tayong 10 plus 19 square root of 5 millimeter. Yan yung answer natin for this particular example. Another, find the perimeter of the rectangle whose length is 2 square root of b inches and whose width is 3 square root of b inches. Give your answer as a radical expression in simplest form. So as we all know, the formula for the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 quantity length plus width. Tama ba ako? Tama. Okay. Write an expression for perimeter 2 quantity length plus width. Pag sabing quantity, that's open and close parentheses. So the length is 2 square root of b and the width is 3 square root of b. So ayan siya. Pwede natin ipag-add si 3 at saka si 2 kasi pareho sila ng radical expression. So, okay. By the way, multiply each term muna by 2. So, distributive property. So, we have, ito siya. Dinistribute niya muna. Mhm. So, we have 2 times 3 and 2 times 2. So what's the answer now? Simplify, we have 6 square root of b plus 4 square root of b. Then we can add, the answer is 10 square root of b. Actually, if i-add din natin ito, 3 plus 2 is 5. What is 5 times 2? The answer is 10. So kahit yung kaninang sinabi ko yung nauna, pareho lang naman sila ng answer. So therefore, the perimeter of the rectangle given each the sides which are equal to 3 square root of b and 2 square root of b is equal to 10 square root of b inches. Is that clear? So that's all about our lesson for addition and subtraction of radicals with the given sample problems like radicals and unlike radicals. With that, thank you very much for your listening.